Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's story has captured every headline in Istanbul and set social media alight. Cemre, Arda and Gökberk Yıldırım found themselves at the center of a late-night incident in Bebek that no one saw coming. Stay with me until the end for the full timeline of what happened, why it escalated, and how the couple responded afterward. If you enjoy the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the join button below to support independent entertainment news on this channel. Istanbul is a city that rarely sleeps, but even by its standards the night in question felt charged. Bebek's waterfront restaurants were busy as always, glowing terrace lights, music drifting from open doors, waiters weaving through tables, and curious fans hoping for a glimpse of familiar faces. Among those familiar faces were Cemre Arda, admired for her calm and disciplined approach to acting, and Gökberk Yıldırım, respected for his quiet professionalism and focus on set. They arrived shortly before sunset for what friends described as a simple dinner to celebrate a short break in their hectic shooting schedules. At first, everything seemed perfectly ordinary. The two were greeted at the entrance by a few diners who asked for photographs. They smiled politely, posed quickly, and moved inside. The restaurant, known for hosting producers and actors side by side at tightly packed tables, soon became the stage for an unexpected confrontation. According to witnesses seated nearby, a small group of men began making pointed remarks in Gökberk's direction, remarks that at first were delivered in low voices but carried a tone that felt deliberately provoking. One diner recalled that Gökberk tried to defuse the tension with a brief smile and by turning slightly away, signaling he wanted to avoid conflict. But the air in the room was already heavy, and the pressure only grew. The turning point reportedly came when one of the men brushed past Gökberk in the narrow corridor leading toward the exit. A shoulder bumped, a chair scraped against the floor, and suddenly the situation shifted from words to shoving. Waiters rushed to intervene, urging calm, but by then voices had been raised and other guests had pulled out their phones to record what was happening. Cemre, by several accounts, stepped between the groups, pleading for space and asking those involved to stop before things went further. Within minutes the flashing lights of police cars could be seen outside the restaurant. Officers moved in quickly, separating the parties, clearing the doorway, and speaking individually to witnesses. Thankfully there were no serious injuries, only a few bruises and the kind of scrapes that bruise one's pride more than the skin. The entire confrontation might have passed as an unpleasant but private argument had it not been for the phones raised in nearly every corner of the room. Shaky clips began circulating in private chat groups almost immediately, then spread to X, Instagram, and TikTok before the couple had even left the premises. Public reaction split into two camps. Some argued that the actor had been provoked and simply defended himself, while others insisted that public figures must show restraint regardless of the situation because of the influence they have on young fans. The debate grew louder overnight, turning a restaurant scuffle into a national talking point. Family members, who usually avoid the spotlight, broke their silence the next day. Gökberk Yıldırım's mother described her son as calm-natured and said she believed the incident was the result of deliberate provocation. Cemre Arda's father, a businessman based in Ankara who keeps a low public profile, reportedly called his daughter late that night urging her to keep her distance from the conflict. Cemre, according to sources close to the family, gently but firmly replied that she would not abandon someone she cared for in a difficult moment. By morning, television producers and advertising executives who work with the couple were already holding meetings to assess whether the incident might affect ongoing projects. Those who have worked closely with Gökberk vouched for his professionalism, punctuality, and respectful demeanor on set, saying that what happened did not reflect his usual character. Others urged caution, pointing out that even a small public altercation can complicate upcoming premieres and campaigns. Cemre Arda's behavior during and after the incident has been widely discussed as well. Her visible attempt to calm the situation and her brief public statement, described as raw and unadorned, earned praise from many observers who viewed it as a display of loyalty and courage rather than scripted damage control. Entertainment journalists noted that her words, spoken outside the police station later that night, were measured and focused on de-escalation rather than blame. To understand the episode clearly, here is a simple timeline as reconstructed by witnesses. The couple arrived in Bebek just after sunset and posed for a few photos with fans at the entrance. They were seated near the center of the restaurant, trying to enjoy a quiet dinner. A group at a nearby table began making remarks that grew increasingly pointed. As the evening went on, one of the men brushed shoulders with Gökberk in the narrow corridor. A heated exchange followed, leading to brief pushing before staff intervened. Onlookers gathered and began filming. Sirens were heard outside minutes later. Police arrived, separated both sides, and recorded witness statements. The couple left the venue together, hand in hand, after speaking with officers. The images of them holding hands outside the station became symbolic overnight, interpreted by fans as a sign of solidarity amid the chaos. While there is still speculation about whether an official statement will be released by their representatives, both actors have so far chosen not to comment beyond brief words of thanks for the concern shown by fans. Industry insiders say the incident is unlikely to derail their ongoing projects but agree that a calm, measured statement from Gökberk in the coming days would help put the matter to rest. Public relations experts stress that in the age of viral video, the perception of accountability often matters as much as the facts themselves. For fans, the episode serves as a reminder of the pressures celebrities face when private moments become public without warning. The expectation to remain composed at all times is heavy, especially in settings where provocation can occur suddenly. This event also highlights how quickly social media can amplify a minor altercation into national news within hours. As of now, the couple appear united. Witnesses describe them leaving the station quietly together, declining further questions, and maintaining a united front despite the media attention. Those close to them suggest they are prioritizing privacy while cooperating with authorities to clarify the details of the night. What remains to be seen is whether this event will fade as a temporary headline or influence how both actors choose to interact with public spaces in the future. Their professionalism on set has never been questioned. Their challenge now lies in managing public perception beyond the stage and camera. Thank you for staying with me through this detailed report. If you found the timeline and background informative, please remember to subscribe, like the video, and consider hitting the join button to help us continue providing independent, in-depth coverage of stories that shape the world of entertainment. Your support helps us keep these reports balanced and respectful, away from sensationalism. I'll keep following this story closely and share any official updates or statements as soon as they become available. Until then, let us know in the comments, do you think public figures should always hold back no matter the provocation, or do you believe they're entitled to defend themselves when pushed too far? Your thoughts are part of the conversation we want to have here on this channel. Thank you again for watching. Take care, and see you in the next video.